Evan, just how would you assess seeing kind of the first game and a half coming back from Houston?
Man, I thought it was pretty impressive for us to be able to come out and in some cold weather after a pretty good weekend come out and handle business. Our team, we have a lot to improve on, but we're playing well and we're figuring ways out to win.
What do you think clicked at the plate there midway through that second game to kind of get the bats going?
I think we were kind of doing or playing, wanting them to throw us certain pitches and not accepting what they were throwing. They were throwing a lot of off speeds, and we were kind of chasing out of the zone and trying to force them to throw us heaters. But once we started playing, what they were giving us and taking what they were giving us, I think we started, doing pretty well.
Jared takes the first pitch of the game for a home run. I think after they took the lead, Trey takes the first pitch in the next inning for a home run. What's that kind of response say about your team?
I think it just shows a lot of mental toughness. Obviously, it would be easy to be satisfied with the first win, especially after a walk-off fashion. But to see Jared Dickey come out ready to go and to lead off the game with a home run, I think it shows that we have a lot of guys that are hungry and wanting to win as many games as possible.
What can you say about Will tonight, what he gave you after Jake and Ben were kind of struggling to throw strikes there? Will coming in and giving consistent strikes?
Man, Will Mabry came out ready to go. He's always waiting for his number to be called, and it was pretty cool to see him come out and have a lot of success against a really good team. So we expect a lot out of him, and that should be kind of the building block for what's to come.
Will seems to be kind of one of the guys y'all turn to in a jam in the inning. What makes him effective in those situations?
He can throw a lot of pitches for strikes. We expect him to come in, and he's no longer a lefty specialist. We want him to come in and get out of big innings and to kind of eat up some innings in some big games and to be able to play some good teams. And we're going to have a lot of big games coming up, and we need him to come in and do his thing like he did tonight.
What are your thoughts on Jared's performance so far this season?
Man, it's pretty awesome to see someone that's worked so hard, and everyone likes him in the locker room. So to see him have the success that he's having, I can't sit here and say that I would have expected it whenever he first got on campus, but to see him prove me wrong and prove a lot of people wrong, it's pretty cool.
Did you have any advice for Jared catching Ben Joyce? Do you know if he had done that before tonight?
Man, that was the first time he had caught it. So I was kind of saying some prayers out there for him in left field, because I know how it is, and especially since he's never been able to catch him before. That was pretty impressive for him to kind of toughen up and get the job done.
Him going through that kind of transition with you at the same time, or at least going from outfielder to catcher, did that make it easier at all?
Oh yeah, I think he kind of got some tips from me and what was working for me with my setup and how I was able to receive some pitches. And to be honest, he's came a long way, and I never really thought that he would be catching some games for Tennessee this year. But to see him come in and be comfortable, it's pretty impressive, and it shows the kind of character that he has and the dedication to his craft.
You've been playing this game a while. I know that when you win a first game of a doubleheader, maybe not a real doubleheader, but you end the game with a walk-off like that, you expect some momentum to, maybe not 7 home runs, but you expect some momentum to go into the next one.
Oh, it can either go one or two ways. You can either have a lot of momentum and start, getting your bats hot for the next game, or you can be satisfied with that first win and kind of just expect them to fold and kind of just get through the game. And that's not what we did tonight. We came out. I think we kind of struggled for the first game, like just getting things going and playing good defense. But once we got that win out of the way and we could relax, I think we kind of started to see some really good swings for some dudes.
Y'all tied the single-game home run record for the program tonight. Do you think that's a record y'all are capable of breaking sometime this season?
Man, I didn't even notice that. I think that kind of shows that we have a lot of people in the lineup that can leave the yard, and there's no pitcher is safe, no matter who's up. So I think that kind of what was giving us a lot of positive outcomes last year. Last year we had a really good offensive team, and I think we have the chance of doing that and more with this team.
How would you assess kind of how you've done behind the dish defensively? I'm sure it's been somewhat different just actually getting into a game and kind of showing off what you worked on all off season long.
Man, I feel like I'm getting more comfortable every game. It was a transition, especially when it's a lot of good arms on the mound, and we're about to start facing a lot of good teams. So it was a transition, but I think that the more I get out there, the more that I can get comfortable with the position, and the more success that I get, the better it's going to be. But I'm super excited for what's to come throughout the season, and especially with the help of Jared Dickey and Charlie Taylor, it should be a good time.
In that first inning against Baylor on Saturday, just kind of what went wrong with Baylor stealing 6 bases, and then what did you all do to kind of correct those mistakes later on in that game and against Oklahoma on Sunday?
You know, I got to take a lot of responsibility in that, and but Chase Dollander does too. You know, it's a team effort, and I think that Chase Dollander is going to pitch in the big leagues, but I don't think that he's perfect. I don't think he's DeGrom yet. I think there's some things that he has to work on as well as I do. So I think that the more that we get comfortable with each other, you know, the better that we can, you know, make adjustments for what teams are trying to do, and hopefully that they won't steal at least 6 next time. So,
what are you guys looking to get out of this weekend?
man, I think we need a lot of guys, especially on the mound, our starting pitchers. I think we need a lot of guys to get more comfortable, to go deeper into games, especially with our bullpen kind of was used, you know, for the past 2 games. I think we need to, you know, see Chase Burns, Chase Dollander, and Drew Beam. I think they need to go deeper and be comfortable with going 6 or 7 innings.
Any more for Evan? All right, thanks, Evan.
All right.
Thanks, Evan.